I'm Jeff Fischel. This is my power poll, and believe it or not, we are at the halfway point of the season. Seems like a perfect time to ask, if we voted today, who should be the ACC Player of the Year? The Wooden Award midseason watch list just came out, including 6 ACC players. Justin Anderson, a big reason UVA is #2 in the nation. Notre Dame's Mr. Everything, Jaron Grant. 2 Cardinals, Montrezl Harrell and Terry Rozier. And 2 freshman Blue Devils, Tyus Jones and Jahlil Okafor. All having great seasons. In fact, with 6 players on the list, the ACC led all conferences. No other conference had more than 4 make the list. So who is the ACC Player of the Year as of right now? Tweet me your vote at Jeff Fischel. That brings us to trivia time. Who is the only ACC player in the top 5 in the conference in scoring, rebounding, field goal percentage, and blocks? And that seems like a pretty good Player of the Year profile to me. The answer is coming up. Okay, let's count them down. 10 through 15, Pitt, Wake Forest, Georgia Tech, Boston College, Florida State, and Virginia Tech. I still think the Panthers can be a tourney team, RPI in the 60s. Plenty of big games to come. Back to my trivia question. Who is the only ACC player in the top 5 in scoring, rebounding, field goal percentage, and blocks? If you guessed Jahlil Okafor or Montrezl Harrell, you're wrong. It's Rakeem Christmas. Somehow not on the Wooden watch list despite scoring 18 points a game on 60% shooting, 9 rebounds, and more than 2 blocks tonight also. Syracuse falls a spot in the power poll to #9 after the loss to Clemson. The big man, he needs some more help. Speaking of Clemson, up to 8, right behind Miami. A huge week ahead for the Canes against 2 other bubble teams, home versus NC State, then at Syracuse. Jim Larinaga getting some great contributions up and down the roster, including from Jaquan Newton with some must-see ACC in the win in Cameron.
Jaquan Newton, freshman point guard out of Philadelphia. Turns a corner. Nobody picked him up, and he went right down the lane for the jam.
Trevor Lacey has had his fair share of highlights as well. He's top 5 in the conference in scoring. Craig says, it's amazing Lacey wasn't on the Wooden list. #stud, #ACC Player of the Year. Lacey's Wolfpack at 6. Louisville falls to 5 after the loss to Duke. Carolina at 4. And speaking of the Tar Heels, their win last night over Virginia Tech ended a bizarre streak. Their previous 3 games were all decided by 1 or 2 points. A 1-point loss to Notre Dame, 1-point win over Louisville, then by 2 over the Pack. The last time UNC played 3 straight games decided by 1 or 2 points, 39 years ago, January 1976. Another Player of the Year vote, Jahlil Okafor. Greg Lewis tweeted me saying, you can rattle off some great names in the ACC, but Okafor's on another level, around 20-8 a night, and helps Duke just by his presence. Not 20-8, 19-9, but that's close enough. Nice job, Greg. I have Duke behind Notre Dame in this week's poll. The Irish beat Miami at home just days after the Canes tore up the Blue Devils in Cameron. And at 1, of course, the undefeated Hoos. So here it is, 1 through 15. So movement in my top 5. Right now, Virginia, Notre Dame up to 2, Duke, Carolina, then Louisville. I'm Jeff Fischel. You're watching the ACC Digital Network, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday.